but their partnership was to be savagely ended.
Teesside boxer and nightclub bouncer Lee Duffy was stabbed to death last night in the centre of Middlesbough. A stretch of blood near a pedestrian crossing was a grim reminder of the savage killing. Police believe that Duffy may have been killed as part of an Underworld feud.
Lee Duffy, my address is for Brian, you won't make 30, you've got too much bottle, kicking doors and running that fucking drug deals with guns, and he's just got no respect for life type of thing, your own. He said you won't make 30, but sadly he was the one who didn't make 30. I'm still here now.
And that's the most remarkable thing about Brian Cockerill. The very fact that he's still here today, still in business, and still taxing. He puts it down to learning a lesson from every incident in his shadowy past.
One night, I come out of here about 5 o'clock in the morning. I was with a friend, Ranjit, a Pakistani lad, and there's a kid here waiting for him with a shotgun, and he jumped out from one of these cars. I'm going to fucking shoot you, packy bastard, he shouted, and he had the shotgun, ready to shoot him. I said, hey, put the fucking gun down. So he stood, and it was close as you and I now. I said, put the fucking gun down. Put the fucking gun down, I said. And he went, I'll fucking shoot you, Brian. I said, come on then, shoot me. I said, at the end of the day, you shoot me, I'm dead, I don't worry about it. But see all these fucking witnesses on this, and you go to jail for the rest of your life, you're a fucking dickhead. Now so you run with a gun and fucked off. But what I'm trying to say is, you can't outrun a gun, you can't run a bullet. So there's an old saying that you charge a gun and run from a knife.
In 1992, the taxman's luck was to run out. His violent methods had upset too many people. Local villains lured him to a house. It was a trap. Today the house is no longer owned by gangland figures, but the memories remain strong.
The lads ran out and hit me on the head with a hammer. Another one's put a gun to my head. He split my head open here, and holes all over my head. Obviously you can't see them because of the had something like 160 stitches or something ridiculous in my whole body. And they tried to get me onto the floor and they couldn't get me down. I was fighting with them. In the end I fell at the floor. I fell in some slipping water and that. And the next minute they run in, and the heavyweight boxer had a pot bread bin, and he was smashing me in the face with a bread bin, shouting break his jaw. Obviously I broke his jaw, but he couldn't break my jaw. And it wasn't like one of them films, them old black and white films you see, you get hit on the head with a gun and you get knocked out in a second. That wasn't in that film anyway. It's a total different thing. And in the end they ran out of the house, and the man next door took me to hospital.
And when I looked out, I seen Brian just hanging over the wall. I thought, oh, bloody hell. Oh, the blood was all over the place.
Underworld figures are believed to be behind the savage beating of powerlifter Brian Cockerill. Cockerill was left for dead by a gang who beat him with hammers and baseball bats. Doctors in South Cleveland Hospital are due to operate on Mr. Cockerill's injuries.
Can you see some of your wounds? Yeah,
I was slashed with a machete on my leg here. I've been hit with hammers in the legs, and you can see the hammer holes in my legs, and this one here as well. And you see the hammer holes there, and I've been hit with bars. I'm stabbed in the back of the legs. I've got many shoulder bleeding, skin grafts on my thighs where I've been. You can see where the skin's been taken off there, stabbed in the backs of the legs.
It's nice to see the guy now, but I didn't think I'd see him again. I thought he lost too much blood.
I thought we were going to die, yeah.
And honestly, I just thought he was a gunner. If he'd have been somebody who was just normal, he wouldn't have lived. He wouldn't give it.
All it did is enhance my reputation, because people said, how can you beat him? If 12 lads can't beat him in a house with knives, guns and baseball bats and put him out of the game. They said, I've been pushing up daisies now, you'll never see him again. He'll be in Blackpool, a boarding house or something like that. He'll be gone to Spain. I didn't. I was straight back out. And the lad said, he's fucking crazy, this fucker. Then he went to stop him to kill him. Then my mate said, yeah, you kill him and he'll still probably still come back at you.
But in time, the taxman was well enough to go back to his old ways.
There was an allegation of I'd done a massive armed robbery. There was all silence out here. I looked out. There was police. Armed police on the floor. So I had to lie down on the floor and just assume the position, as they say. Hands behind my back, handcuffed. Was taken up. I was arrested, taken to the police station. Said that grabbed a black lad, Nigerian kid, put a handgun to his head, and robbed him of £50,000 worth of heroin. A lad supposed to pick me out on an ID parade. He come round, he said, no, that's not him. And they said, well, I thought he said he was like 23 stone, 6'3", and his name was Brian. He said, no, that's not him. So anyway, they never got me for it, but I'm the only person ever to be arrested for taking drugs off a drug dealer, and he was given immunity.
But it's no wonder the kind of witnesses pretend that they haven't been there or disappear or kind of don't give evidence or whatever.
Would you be a witness?
Against you? I'll tell you one thing, I'd think twice about it. In fact, yeah, I can understand most people would not. Of course not.
Yeah.
And so have you ever had a witness give evidence against you? Ever?
I went to the police station, but it's never made court.
So the witness's testimony changes miraculously?
Yes.
Or they go off on holidays and...
Or they go away for a week, so things... Miraculous things happen, don't they?
But you can't. I mean, the police must be incensed because, you know, if they try and prosecute you fairly, then they never get a success. I mean, with the crimes that you've done, you've only had one driving conviction. Yeah. How was that?
Because I've never been found guilty in anything. Like I say, there's been the evidence the police have had have never been enough to convict me.
For the last 6 years, the taxman has worked without a break. He is prevented from travelling abroad because his dogs are so vicious that no one outside the family would look after them. But with teenage son Jordan staying at home, Brian and Amanda take a rare chance to visit the Canary Islands. Year-round sunshine with all the comforts of home.
That's the cherry off me. So that must be the taxman. Fantastic. Very at the Canary Islands, sunshine every day. Amanda's happy, we'll get the tan.
It's peace and quiet. It's nice.
It's fast, isn't it? Sounds like me at feeding time. Hola. Right.
Fuerte, strong, eh?
Yes.
Fuerte.
Strong man, Britain, strong man, yes. You know, when I went to Greece, it was the same, because they love Hercules, Achilles, and all these type of things, so they can relate to strength, and they stare at you and they admire you, because they admire the hard work you've done. I'm saying you could buy like a tobacco shop here, tobacconist.
They're here to relax, but they've also got an eye on business.
Something like that. You could make good money off them, couldn't you? How much is that? 20? That's £12, isn't it? For, and how much are they in England? So how much is £4.75? That's £47, isn't it? So it's like half the price, less than half price. And that's from here. So if you bought it from the warehouse, you'd get them even cheap, wouldn't you? How much is this back home? 20 quid? 18 quid? That's what a year. £6.25. Don't you? You're ignoring me. How much is that?
About 20 at home.
Right. We're going to come here, we retire in the next few years, because it's a nice culture. Spanish people are more laid back than back home. People are nice here, and plus there's more opportunities out here. Once maybe start a water sport, you know, jet skis on the beach or deck chairs, something like that, and maybe getting into buying clothes and selling clothes in a market store.
The island holds magical appeal for the taxman. Locals are astonished by his size. There are clear business opportunities, and then there are the animals.
Oh, hello, fat man. Jesus, he's a beauty. You see, they've got a bite over 800 pounds. That strength is unbelievable. I'm still heavier than that croc. I'll become arguably the strongest person in the world at one time. But the strength, obviously, with the fighting ability, is very dangerous, because you're probably 6 times stronger than the average person on the street. You know what it was that?
Like, I'm at number 30 and we are now at number 8.
Number 30? The anacondas, 30 foot long, 28 inches thick, or 28 foot long, 30 inches thick, whatever. And they've killed people as well. They're huge. Let's get these hippopotamuses one day. It's frightening sometimes when you can bench nearly £600 and squat over £800 and deadlift.